who is also a lawyer, is the national organizer of the New Patriotic Party, speaking at a press conference organized by the party at their headquarters.
The appointment of Justice Puaman as a chair is inappropriate. Justice Puaman, having authored a Supreme Court ruling directly connecting to the petition against the Chief Justice, cannot be deemed to be an impartial adjudicator on this matter. His involvement erodes public interest and represents a conflict of interest. The refusal to recuse himself, despite the availability of other qualified justices of the Supreme Court, suggests a deliberate manipulation of the process to secure a determination that is already preconceived.
Well, this is so that's Nanabi, national organizer of the New Patriotic Party. He is suggesting that and I'm sure you heard him, lawyer.
I'm now hearing him for the first time.
Oh, okay. You're hearing him for the first time.
Yes.
Do you know about this case that he said, Justice Puaman?
Senator, let us not try and enter into a territory that we are not comfortable with. Now, he said, when I'm listening to him, I asked myself, where did he get the petition from? We've seen things online.
Yeah.
Purported, I'll use the word purported to be the petitions.
Yeah.
Are they confirmed to be the petitions? Mm-hmm. If they are confirmed, then we can talk about. Mm-hmm. Because I heard Diana Sonabadapa, my senior, I respect that lady. I love her to bits. I mean, very brilliant lady. Yes, I mean, also saying that a decision taken by the Chief Justice, the suspended Chief Justice, of which he was part of, Justice Puaman was part of the panel, who even advised the person that you can't be talking that way or you can't be behaving that way. If that is what he's referring to, then I'm aware of the situation even before the petition.
Okay.
That there was a police officer who was in court who was sort of detained, asked by the suspended Chief Justice, like, to be locked because he was sort of misbehaving. We heard that then.
Yeah.
If that is the situation, and they said Justice Puaman also talk about the fact that he can't be behaving that way. If that's what he's talking about, so now, then we might not get any Supreme Court judge to sit on the committee, because we might not know the number of cases that will be related to this petition. So assuming they were going to refer to about 5 or 6 cases, and almost all the Supreme Court justices had sat on those cases, who are we going to do it? You know, there was a time people were even asking, why is it that if the cases against the Chief Justice is still empaneling the persons? The Constitution makes it clear that 2 Supreme Court justices will be selected.
Okay.
If they themselves sit back and realize that this connects with me, they can recuse themselves.
Okay.
Again, the committee is going to come up with their own guidelines and relate it to the suspended Chief Justice that this is what we are going to use. You see, if the law prescribes that somebody should do something, even if it flies in the face of natural justice, it's that person who has to do it.
Okay.
So we can't do anything about it. Assuming we agree that what we have read is what he's talking about. But beyond that, Senator, anytime you hear lawyers speaking sociology and theology without talking law, there's something wrong with what they are submitting.
That he's not talking
He's
law.
not talking law. Which law is he talking about? Which law? That has been breached. You heard one?
No.
No, he's talking about sociology, that it flies in the face of public policy and blah, blah, blah. Let us see the law that you feel has been breached. That the president shouldn't have appointed this because he breached A, B, C of this section, clause so and so of the Constitution, or a decided case so and so. You haven't talked about any of them. But you are talking about sociology and theology, that he breaches, it doesn't make sense. No, there are a lot of things that don't make sense. But but to quote the suspended Chief Justice, the law
is the law.
Is the law.
I see. Very interesting. Then I also, on a separate matter, this is, President Mahama has nominated 7 Court of Appeal judges for approval, for vetting and approval by Parliament, if Parliament deems them worthy to be approved, for approval by Parliament to move to the Supreme Court. Now, this is Alexander AFENYO MARKIN, who is also a lawyer.
Our party or parties is about protecting the institutional integrity of our republic. It's about drawing a line in defense of the Constitution, and it's about telling those in power, you may have your turn, but you do not own the state.
Thank you.
The framers of our Constitution understood that democracy without an independent judiciary is no democracy at all. That is why we are gathering on Monday, 5th of May, to say enough is enough. To say that the people of Ghana will not sit idly by while their courts are captured. To say that the power may change hands, but the Constitution must always stand. And to the people of Ghana, our fellow countrymen and women, we invite you to join us. This is not just about the few political parties determining to go on the streets. Of course, we are going on a peaceful demonstration. This is not Parliament's fight. It is a fight for every citizen who wants to live in a country where the law is supreme and no man, no matter how powerful, is above the law. We say that there must be an end to the division and the anger of the past. This government must tread with the greatest caution, always keeping tomorrow in mind when taking decisions today, because these decisions may shape future governance. If we continue down this path, we risk creating a culture of retaliatory politics, where successive governments are more focused on settling political scores than solving problems. Last but not the least, it is obvious that the bold attempt by Mr. President to nominate out of the blue 7 judges to the Supreme Court is the first major attempt at all that they have rehearsed, a 3rd term agenda. All that the NDC is doing, all that our president is doing through the advice of the hawks of NDC is to set a 3rd term agenda for his leadership.
Well, so that's Alexander AFENYO MARKIN speaking at that press conference. There's a lot that he said there that is more of politics than of law. But I don't know. You've seen the list, right? You know these judges?
Yes. A couple of them. A number of them, I know them.
Okay.
Senator Sir Dennis.
I know Sir Dennis.
Has been the teacher of judges.
Yeah.
Sir Dennis. Oh, Senator. After, I think, when some other people were appointed, I met him. He's such a nice guy that you can take your case to him and say that, sir, this is my problem. He will sit down with you and give you options. I'm telling you, just book appointment, go and see him. Provided he's not sitting on that case, he will tell you, oh, if you use this law, this will be wrong. If you use this, you are straight to this level, but consider this, perhaps the judge will buy it. He will do that for you. So one of such, someone gave me a case I was doing, a pro bono. I was trying to rescue a young guy who has been in a police custody almost 2 years. So the person arranged for me to meet Sir Dennis. I don't know why, but I met him. And as the end of our conversation, I said, there have been new appointments to the Supreme Court. How is it? And he looked at me and said, Theo, if the people you teach are now ahead of you, how will you feel? But I leave everything to God. Typical Ghanaian expression. Sir Dennis, across the whole political divide, everybody agrees that Sir Dennis is needed. But you see, sometimes to keep your enemy away or close from you, that's why he was sent somewhere He's a judge in, I think, Arusha, Tanzania or somewhere. Okay. Now, Justice Senyo Jambepe. If they were to grow roots, he would have grown roots and branches at the Court of Appeal. Such a fine, knowledgeable judge. Justice Akabuafo. Oh, when you are reading his judgments, if there is light off, you go and buy candle and continue. Such a nice person. Then the lady is the last one, Amale Boba or something. But what is all this noise about? You know, there were 2 Supreme Court nominees that were not vetted before the last parliament went away. Now, those 2 were there before the letter from the Chief Justice to Akufo-Addo nominating 5 more.
Yes. So that would have been 7.
That would have been 7. Yes. How many were nominated now?
7.
And then it wasn't a plan, but now it's a plan. Come on, let's get serious. Senor, let's get serious. And the guys that have been nominated are all very fine brains. Very, very fine brains. What are we talking about? You were trying to get 7 there. You were not successful. 7 had been brought in, and all of a sudden it has become a 3rd-term agenda. They should take their time. What if that... I listened to animal rights lawyer this morning. He said that one day he'd cry, he can say that it's not true. So what is... you see, recently he has been playing very good PR role, and our people seem to be liking how AFENYO is behaving. Now they are seeing, again, another side of AFENYO. Let's be careful when the grease come with their goose. Sometimes.
Be careful when the grease come
with their goose.
What does that mean?
Sometimes it's a Trojan horse. You take it into your house before you realize that it's made up of your enemies who will come and destroy you. So with us, AFENYO had been to a TRV, and all of a sudden he has become a good person. People were even talking maybe one day he will come and contest the Anglo seat, etc., etc. No. So now before I end, let me say again good morning to my folks back in Huawei, particularly Lucas Afomale and Salim. They have been my support. They send me regular information. They monitor. And of course, Imeta Akapo, I greet all of you. And my mom, Mata Afua Dzimega, good morning.
I wanted to conclude on a note.
Yeah.
I'm sure you heard is it the chairperson of TUC who was worried that this would set a dangerous precedent for our democracy. For those who are thinking like that, hey, Chief Justice, Chief Justice too can be removed, and among other things. How do you respond to them, those who are panicking because they feel that the status of a Chief Justice should be such that she should basically not be touched?
Oh. We are not in a monarchical democracy where the king does no wrong. That's why we have checks and balances in our constitution. The Chief Justice, our next door neighbor here in Nigeria, Buhari suspended Chief Justice before. Google and see. Yes, Buhari did that. And it's not, the heavens didn't come down. I mean, why is TUC worried about this? And I'm happy that the other gentleman, Mr. Kumsin, said they never discussed it. Because when I listen to the tape, I'm like, what has that got to do with you? Go to work, we pay you, come back home. Leave what is political to the politicians. And leave what is technological, technocrats to handle their own thing. What does that got to do with you? He's saying dangerous precedent. What does it mean? I hear people saying that if they are able to remove the Chief Justice, then another government comes, will also try to remove.
We'll do the same.
We'll do the same. Now, if today you are complaining that it's not a good thing, why will you come and do the same thing? Assuming it's not a good thing, you will come and do the same thing. Please, the process has been, you see, it boils down again to a position of knowledge either instead of position of ignorance. If the TUC boss had sought real legal advice, he would have seen that so far everything is going on smoothly. What is their problem? The president also has the ability to revoke the suspension of the CJ. So if the CJ goes through this process and comes out clean, she's brought back and she'll be stronger. But I listened to somebody also advising if I were here or she's close to me, I would advise that she should resign. I have made my point clear on that before. That it's always good to be brave, but sometimes it's better to be a coward. You remember the SIC lady that Ajenim Boateng took over from?
Yeah.
If she had gone quietly, we would not have known how much she was earning all this while. Friends would not have said, hey, so you were taking all that and you never gave us even one bottle of Sobolo before. And sometimes going through this, someone will get bruised. Family will be carried along. Friends will be carried along. You make enemies. Sometimes you smell the coffee and you just bow. I will agree to Mr. Kumson's thing. Sometimes, if they can still do negotiations behind the scene, and somebody from the presidency...
What if she's convinced of her innocence? That she has done nothing wrong to warrant being removed from the position. Why should she bow out?
Senator, I am not saying the idea of bowing out is an admission of guilt. No.
But that's how it will sound, won't it?
No, it won't sound that we'll get somebody
the public
from...
perception will feel that because you have something...
Honorable Phyllis Kwachi-Ofosu writes very good English about how she left, that everybody will be like, oh, how did this woman take it that way?
It will not work that way. Like.
No, where we have... No, Senator, everything is
that
negotiable.
You have the opportunity as a judge.
Yeah.
You've been a judge for a greater part of your life, lawyer, judge.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to go through a process that you believe you come out clean. And
you think judges don't ask people to go home and try and settle things? They do. Judges do. Let's go and try and see if you can settle between yourselves and even certain criminal cases.
But would that also look good for the government? Because it seems there's the suggestion that you essentially wanted to remove her will sound.
No, if she takes the decision herself, that's not a governmental decision.
That you put so much pressure on her.
Nobody is putting pressure at this. No. So what if they put so much pressure on her, and at the end of the day, she's not innocent? How would that one sound? Either way, there will be a sound. But my view is that there are certain times you look at all the circumstances around you. Are you carrying you see, family? If we take some of the things we see as petition, things like traveling with the husband, traveling with the daughter. When someone stands somewhere and says, if not because your mother is a Chief Justice, you wouldn't have been able to travel this, and today you are also talking. How do you think we'll take that? She will take that, the daughter. And maybe a grandchild. Say your grandmother cried, those times we heard she was... recently someone was insulted publicly about something that she knew nothing about. So certain times we need to just look at the circumstances around and say, for this reason, I would like to go quietly. Felix will write a very good English, and we all love that English, some love letter somewhere. You see?
Well, thank you. Lawyer
pleasure.
TK Dzimega of Hohwe, practices in Accra. He is a man of many, many parts. In fact, if you bring him here to come and discuss matters that you want to talk about, road matters, you are there. You also did health.
Yes, I'm a mental health nurse as well.
How somebody moves from mental health? So which one started first?
Mining engineering.
You did mining engineering.
To water resources engineering.
Water resources engineering.
To nursing.
Nursing?
Yes, to civil engineering.
What happened? Why?
Then you need to get me on personality profile.
But explain briefly why. Because mining, water resources engineering, a bit connected. You can, but
the health
to nursing.
Yes.
Then you are in law.
Yes.
How?
The law, I'll give all the credit to Roxanne Nelson Dapiamepo.
Okay. Oh, okay. The whip.
The whip was maybe I will call my schoolboy, Maoli School.
Okay.
Very good friend.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then when I attempted to contest Hohwe seat the first time, we were taken to court.
Okay.
And he was my lawyer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and he attended court only once. Then I am like, come on, Roxy, why are you doing this? Why won't you come to court? So I said, well, Roxy, I knew him, a very brilliant boy when we were in school. maybe as brilliant as me or me as him, and he's a lawyer. So I can be a lawyer too. So that next time I have case, I won't struggle the way I was struggling. So when I saw the next advert, and again, I'll credit it also to Diana Glover, formerly of Toyota. She brought me the form. She drew my attention that the forms you are talking about are out. So then I took it from there. So those two, actually the reason. I mean, they were the necessity for me to become
a lawyer.
A lawyer, yes.
So which one do you do more, the engineering or the law? Or now you are mostly a lawyer? You practice law?
Yes, I practice law, but I do engineering occasionally. Last 2 years, I focus on more engineering. Yes. And,
very interesting. Yes. Quite a life you've had.
Yes.
Nice to have you as always in the studio.
Pleasure.
8 minutes past 10 the time.